Hey, welcome to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura, and I'm going to do a general message for my Capricorn people. Now, know that energy is fluid, so roles may be reversed, flip it, switch it, twist it. Just interpret the message as best resonates for you, okay? Cross watchers are always more than welcome. Now, if you're new to the channel, anything that you need to know about the channel, such as how to find out, how to find me on any of my social media, what giveaway I'm giving for the week, and what you need to do in order to enter to win that giveaway. Most of the time, it's like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word that's written in the description box. This week, the word will be healer. All right. And this way, you don't really even have to look. And if you wanted to know, what my subscriptions are, how to find my Patreon, my website. Again, everything's in the description box. Okay. Now, if you resonate, feel free to write your comments. Tell me what you think. I love it when you guys are interactive with me. I do. Now, without further ado, I'm just going to pull first from my Psychic Soul Healer deck, and we're going to look at the overall energy, the spiritual energy. I like to always look at the spiritual energy first because it will help us to see what our person's intention is, what they're thinking, what's going on in their life. It gives us the overall energy that's dictating what a person's behaviorism is going to be, what their action is going to be. A lot of times helps us to not take things so personally, right? When we look at things from a spiritual perspective. So first card out is light. I don't read my cards upside down. I feel like someone is very attracted to you because of your light. Meaning, Capricorn, I feel like you're very fun and bubbly and vivacious. I feel like you're entering into a time of a lot of social events, possibly because of the holidays, right? With Christmas and Hanukkah and all the other holidays that are around. It's just, even if you don't celebrate the holidays, you're kind of getting pulled into going to a lot of parties and being very social right now. And I feel like your person is noticing that. And I also feel like it's something that they admire about you, something that they don't feel comfortable with people. So again, fantasizing. They're also fantasizing what life would be like with you. I feel like this person is not happy. So you're connected to someone that isn't happy. And now I don't know if they're attached to someone. I don't know whether I'm feeling like some people now, I know it's going to be for a selected few, but a few people are like having legal troubles, like with the law. And I feel like because of that, they're not able to go out, or there's an energy where they're really not allowed to leave the house, whether they're in a relationship, whether they're, but I don't know what kind of relationship would have someone banned to the house. That's is that there's a sense where I feel like your person isn't happy, and they're because they're not happy in the present moment, they're fantasizing. And they're fantasizing about, I feel like the life that I'm feeling for some of you too, like that they missed out on an opportunity. And because they missed out on an opportunity, they're like fantasizing. When you tend to have two choices, and both those choices are good choices, but when you pick the choice, you always wonder about the other choice. And then sometimes when you see that you picked that choice, you could actually see how you picked the wrong choice. So now you're really fantasizing about how much, and I'm not saying that you're not having a good time, Capricorn, but this person in their mind thinks that you're having the time of your life, that you have 1,000 options, that you're not even thinking about them. They're fantasizing the worst. And at the same time, they're fantasizing about what their life could have been like with you if they would have made that right choice. And they're also fantasizing what they feel you feel about them now. So this is almost like an opportunity that your person feels like they missed, is what I feel like. And because of that, they're stuck. They're stuck. And I also feel like, kind of, Capricorn, you still have some feelings Now, again, don't yell at me in the comments, but I definitely feel like this is a mirroring energy here where I feel like you're both kind of stuck, but for different reasons. Your person is stuck because they want to come and talk to you and they can't come and talk to you because I feel like they're being held captive again, or again, they're stuck, confined to somewhere because they've gotten into some sort of trouble. And I feel like you're stuck because you would really like to move on from this person. And but your heart is still there. And this relationship also, I feel like there's a lot of light in it because there's a lot of unconditional love. So this is a very strong spiritual connection, Capricorn, that you're having with someone right now. And this person is feeling like they're feeling horrible because, like I said, look at this clear karmic programs of intolerance. So you're both, again, soulmates. I feel like, again, possibly even soulmate twin flame because there's very strong spiritual connection. And when there's a very strong spiritual connection, it's a divine relationship. And it's a divine relationship that can actually feel like a little bit of a trauma bond because there's wounds that need to come out. And there I feel like you're opposite from this person. And so, which a lot of times, again, soulmate twin flames are the other half of the person. So they're your direct opposite person. And they come into each other's life at this time, not just to like create a relationship, obviously, but I'm feeling like to pull the wounds out of each other and to manifest on like a higher purpose. Almost I'm kind of like almost feeling like you guys are gonna, like, if this relationship can work, it would be go all the way up where you're creating something together, manifesting something together, because when you manifest things together and you're a soulmate twin flame and you're the opposite energies, you're you're learning from each other, but you're also learning how to compromise. You're learning about trust. You're learning about forgiveness. You're learning about certain spiritual truths that you would not be able to learn just in every day because the focus isn't on you or them, it's on what you're doing, what you're creating. So there's, again, you would never be able to clear karmic programs of intolerance because karmic programs of intolerance are family karma, right? Is anything that doesn't work within your life, anything that you don't tolerate anymore. And I'm feeling like where a lot of viewers that are watching this, they're in a place in their life where they really feel like they need to be able to stand on their own 2 feet, right? Again, so when we have karmic programs, it's sabotaging programs that block us from health, wealth, and all around emotional fulfillment. I believe that you and your person have blocks, but in different areas, and you're clearing these karmic programs of intolerance because your soulmate twin flame relationship, when it's balanced, is all about unconditional love. You love that person unconditionally. That's why both of you are stuck, because both of you, even in getting to this point, are like are in balance. I believe that you're stuck because, again, Capricorn, because you don't really want to be in this relationship, but having a really hard time in letting it go because you feel like this person didn't act right, didn't treat you right, should have acted a certain way, should have, and but stuck, but still care and still are want to know whether this person's coming back. And your person is stuck where they are and they've detached from themselves and they're just in daydream land, fantasizing because they don't know what to do. So both parties are stuck. But even though they're stuck, this is a divine relationship. It's one that's imbalanced right now. So I want to look at the trait. I want to look at the wounds for your person, and then I want to look at the wounds for you, Capricorn. Okay. So we're gonna just see what we got going on. Okay, for you. Illusions, living in a dream world. You create your own hell. Don't let thoughts control you. Actually believe that this is a little bit of you and a little bit of your person. So there's a lot of mirroring energy. Again, but this is what happens with soulmate twin flame relationships. I'm not saying that you can't have your own wounds on top of having wounds that mirror, but right now the ones that on hand are both parties are believing that, you know, fantasizing, fantasizing for the wrong reason. One person is saying, oh, I wish I could be there, but I'm not really there. But now I'm imagining the worst because I'm imagining having the time of your life. It's again celebrating. It's the holiday time. Who are you meeting? The person's brain is again, whoever you're attached to, Capricorn, is going crazy because they're imagining the worst because they're too prideful, I feel, to even talk to you, and you're believing the worst because you're like, now, like, what is this person? How long is they're gonna take? Are they coming back? When are they coming back? And it's like fantasizing all the different ways that this person. So you're in both parties are no longer present, is what I'm getting at. And when that happens, that's the sabotaging behaviorism, because then we come from all past experiences of traumatic relationships. And right now, what we have on the board here is a lot of abandonment issues, right? Again, because no one's showing up for each other, and everyone is kind of getting hurt by each other's feelings, because there's illusions where everyone's living in their own hell. Okay, and so the other one would be anger, and it's creating a lot of anger because, again, this is how I believe you should act. This is what I think you should do if you really cared. Well, if you really cared, again, both parties don't think the same way. You're with a soulmate twin flame. They don't think the same way that you do. They think very logically, linear, where Capricorn, you may think very emotionally and intuitive. You may be very sensitive. This person, I feel like, is very good in business. They're not good, again, at connecting with people. That's why it's irritating them that it's the holiday time and you're running around and very interactive and have all these friends and are all full of light. That's how your reading begun. So again, they're imagining the worst, and you're angry because you're like, you shouldn't have acted this way. You should have did it this way. It's common sense. It's like, but again, love isn't logical, especially when there's trauma around it, and there's trauma around it. These two people individually, that again, now that they're together, they're triggering each other, and so the anger is again escalating, and it's escalating because the wounds have been inside of both these people for a long time, way before the soulmate twin flame came into each other's lives. It's again, this relationship is divine, and it's again bringing you together because there's unconditional love, but you both are mirrors of each other, again, for different reasons, because both parties think differently, but nevertheless. So right now you're like anger, and so understand, when there's anger, there's feelings, there's emotion. So that's good in a way, because there are feelings. Now, I don't know how, and we're going to see how that anger plays out. We're going to see what behaviorism stem from this anger, because that will also tell us what sabotaging behavior and maybe what possible things that we could actually do to not wind up in a karmic situation, right? All right. So, and a negative karmic situation, because all like relationships are karmic, because karmic just means learn. When I'm saying like wind up in a karmic situation, I'm talking about like where you're wind up in a relationship where there's unconditional love, because again, it's a soulmate twin flame relationship, but there's a lot of betrayal, and there's a lot of one up your energy, and there's a lot of power struggles instead of, partnership. And then there's problems forgiving because of all of the escalated behavior that comes from the anger. So again, we're going to look at some triggers. We're going to look at triggers. X factor. I felt threatened like a child when you scolded me. I lashed out for being scolded. So again, I feel like your person thinks that you judge them a lot. I feel like they feel like you don't trust them, possibly because they've done things to make you not trust them, which understand the behaviorism that comes from what a person does is true. So I do believe that your person, it wasn't as grounded, didn't really pay attention, didn't really care, where you can had to continually, Capricorn, tell them what to do, how to do it, why to do it. But then that affects intimacy, and it affects intimacy as in trust, because that's what intimacy is, more than it's about sex. It's about how deep, how close you can get. And because your person has had this problem with everyone judging them because their behaviorisms of, again, not showing up, not really caring, being very, very selfish. Like if I was to pull a tarot card, I'd be pulling pages here. Like again, that pagey energy, which is like someone that has a lot of lip service but doesn't really, walk the walk. They talk the talk. But again, when it comes, they're all talk there, but they don't have a plan. So they say things for in the moment. They're very sexual, might be here for a good time, but not for a long time, and not really being honest, always holding their cards back. So there was a lot of where I feel, Capricorn, you try to talk to this person again, gaslighted. I felt that there was a lot of pagey energy. So there's a reason why you had to treat them the way that you did. Now, what does your person feel about you? Or again, because I feel like then they would also yell back at you, but again, just to defend themselves. Illusions. I was living under the illusion that this was going to be perfect. I let myself down. So this is how you knew. So Capricorn, you probably had saw all the red flags before you ever got involved with this person. But because they're a soulmate twin flame relationship, there's an intense connection. There's this intense spiritual bond that both parties feel. So there's always a sense that you can change them because there's such a deep connection or such a deep love. And so that's where the illusion comes into play, because the illusion comes into play because your person has problems with the way that they feel about themselves, and really in communicating and showing their feelings. And why I say that is they're having a hard time communicating. They're not just coming forward and saying, they'd rather just stay in fantasy world. They're stuck because they're prideful, but they're going to sit there and be detached and fantasize, where they're no longer present in the moment. And so it shows a sign of weakness, where for you, Capricorn, I feel like relationships tend to maybe, that's a theme that you keep dealing with, of abandonment, someone not really showing up for you. So the message really would be to show up for yourself. When you see the red flags, don't think you can change them. Person will change if they love, but not if you love them. And there's a twist to that. They will change if they love you, but you can't be there dating them, baby spooning them. A lot of times a person will like what they see, and then they try to mirror that energy. They try to hold that vibration. They try to raise their vibration by copying the behaviorisms, and by love does that. Again, we're running after someone that we have our heart is tied to, that we feel, and there's an intense spiritual connection, we're going to do everything in our power so that that person likes us. So we're going to try to step into their energy as much as we can by doing exactly what they do. I just feel like your person can't really do that because of where they are in their life. And we're going to look and see exactly where they are within their life and what's going on and what it is. But at least we know right now that it's a soulmate twin flame relationship, that is a divine relationship. So if you're like, I can't walk away, why can't I? Well, that's the reason why. So you have to come to a place of spiritual equilibrium, which is balance, where you don't control. Because remember, you're in a situation where there is a little bit of a power struggle. Soulmate twin flame, there really is, because there's a lot of trust issues. So we come to a place of surrender and we work on ourselves. So I just want to see what hidden truths your person has. Want to see, what they're feeling down deep inside. Like, do they want to continue this relationship? Do they want to come forward in this relationship? Do they want out of this relationship? Is there someone else? What's going on? What is their hidden truth? We need to let each other go. I feel like your person just feels like there's no way out of their situation. And they also like to be in control. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling that a lot. So there's a sense that they're not ready to step up into who they need to be. So when you say, we're perfect and we're this, and we have this intense chemistry, and why? The reason why is because that person, I feel like, doesn't want, because their situation right now, which is coming out in the story, which is the more dominant energy, right? Because that's what comes up in a reading, why we say flip it, switch it. It's, again, whoever is the dominant energy. And your person has more dominant energy than you do because they're in a negative state. The energy is kind of heavy. They're stuck. Again, they're more stuck than you are. You're like, I'm still going on with my life and I'm interactive in my community and my friends and hanging out. Yes, I still hold the space in my heart for this person. So you're stuck a little bit like that, but you're not confined. This person's confined. They have no friends. Again, whatever their situation is with the law or who they're attached to, whatever it is, it's heavy energy. And this person has just detached in order to deal with it. Okay. So there's a sense of, I don't really know how I can fix this. And I don't really think that you're going to take me back and talk to me. So, which is really what I'm feeling, why this person feels that. One more, please. I love you. So is that like the most oxymoron, like energy, like paradox, right? We need to let each other go. But that's, again, soulmate twin flame. It's these paradoxes. And again, because it's opposite, both parties are opposite, and they have to always watch out that they don't wind up codependent because of that opposite energy. Some people might say, oh, it's like empath and narcissism. I think, no, it could be like a highly sensitive person that isn't good with boundaries and hasn't learned to set boundaries, and a person that's very a little bit more self-absorbed and maybe business oriented and logical minded, that it can look like narcissism and impact because the energy is so different and extreme. But we see that all through the storyline, that this energy is that way. And that, again, it's a tough relationship because it's always making both parties question what they're thinking, what they're feeling. And sometimes the emotions are so much with the anger and then the love and then the frustration that you're just like, I want to let it go, but I love you, is really the energy that I'm feeling. And we've all felt this with a connection, when we just feel that that person isn't budging at all. And we're like, but if you loved me, you would budge. But really, unconditional love has no ownership or expectation. It's of God, it's unconditional love. So that's the issue. I'm going to pull any more from this deck because I actually want to see what your person, like, again, is planning on doing at this point, because it's like, or whether they can do anything, might not be able to do anything. I just want to see what is the energy. What do they plan on doing? I will return to you when the time is right. So I believe while they're fantasizing in their head, they do know that they want to be with you. I just think that they feel like they can't let this go. They can't let it go. They want to let it go so badly because it's difficult. And whatever they will have to do, to be in this relationship, whatever they're attached to, whatever is again confining them, whatever it is right now, they can, but they're already strategizing a way to come back into your life. You can expect an apology. So again, the time apart, that I believe that this person didn't think that you were going to bounce back. There's an energy, and soulmate twin flame, usually there's a lot of mirroring energy, right? And your person believed that you were going to be so kind of like traumatized by the situation not working out that you wouldn't go on. And I believe that you're looking good, you're smelling good, you're having a good time, you're interacting in life, you're meeting people, it's again, whatever you're showing this person is giving this person anxiety, which means they're probably stalking you or talking to people about you. Again, if you're not talking to them, telling me that you're in separation right now. So, when that's always happens too, when a soulmate twin flame relationship, it's like the best thing to do is when you're in a state of like imbalance, that you're fighting, or in a power struggle, which is imbalance, right? That no one wants to budge. You're in a Mexican standstill. Instead of getting frustrated, put the energy back to yourself, because this is what you look like you did, Capricorn. That's a message for anyone else that is listening to this right now, because look at what's happening. It's making this person think, it's making this person like change what they want, making, because they're really looking at their life and they're not happy. Because again, of all the karmic that they have built up, obviously they're in a karmic situation of some sort. Now, the karmic lesson here is I'm feeling controlled by people around me and I don't like it. It's pushing me to find my power again. This is what I was saying, that they're connected to something, or that they, again, that they're connected to someone, or they got in trouble with the law, or there's something that happened that your person is not free 100% to come towards you. And this is why they're agonizing, because they're sitting in a state of watching you again, having a grand old time, moving forward in your life, looking good, not caring, and they don't know really how you're feeling. And like I said, it's forcing them to look at themselves. It's forcing them to change, because if they got into a bad situation because of someone else that they're connected to, or they're still in a bad situation because, again, whatever reason, it's going to push them to be different, to find out what they really want. And that's really important. So that was more of a karmic message for your person. But I want to know, Spirit, what is the karmic lesson for Capricorn and their person? What is the whole point of this relationship, this soulmate twin flame relationship? Which, even though I pretty much said it's through this whole reading, it's to pull the wounds out of each other and to mirror each other. That's how you pull out the wounds. And because it makes you look at yourself and makes you look at the other person, and the unconditional love for that person makes you change. But what is also like, is there another message, or is there a purpose, or again, I long to sweep you off your feet and shower you with my love. So I feel like really it just is all about unconditional love. It's about learning that you can have unconditional love and passion. And I feel like what happens a lot of times when there's trust issues, there's a lot of departmentalization in it, where you could be with a person that loves you or you love them, but intimately you don't like have a desire to intimately be with them. So people departmentalize. They run a home and they do things with a person. They even go away on vacation and celebrate holidays and birthdays and live that life, but they're not sexually active with their partner because they don't have a desire to. Possibly because, again, a lot of judging, which is what I feel like your person has gone through. It's a repeating cycle. And that's what it said. Like, I always feel like I was being judged. I always felt like I felt like a child. I felt like, because again, this person has shown that they don't trust. So they kind of projected what has happened in their past relationship also onto you. I just wanted to say that. And I just wanted to end this with, know what is the soulmate twin flame message maybe that they have for you, or that spirit has for the relationship. Let's see. And then we'll close it out for you, Capricorn. Okay, you're gorgeous, both inside and out. Being around you brings me peace and light to my life. And didn't we get light to begin with? So again, this person sees you as light. They see you as love. They, again, the time apart has made them really look at themselves, look at the situation, really try to feel, um, to to not just think, because I feel like they're very logical and linear, but really feel from an intuitive standpoint point what they want, and they really know what they want now, where they might have not before. So let's see, Capricorn, how you're going to feel. I'm just going to pull like one card, that even though I said I would close that, but it's kind of like it doesn't feel right if I don't pull one for you. I miss you no matter what it looks like on the outside. I've become good at hiding my true feelings. So that's what it's again, that said that I knew, Capricorn, that you really want to be with this person down deep inside, but you felt stuck because I feel like you feel like this person's not coming back, but they are coming back. They're just not back because they're wrapped up in some karmic thing. No, nothing about another woman here, notice. So if they are attached to another woman, that relationship is over and they're just stuck in a situation, which we'll leave for another reading. But as far as that, I hope that you resonated with this message. And if you did, leave me a like, comment, again, write the word healer so you can win a free psychic reading with me. And until next time, be true to you, and I will see you all really soon. Bye bye.